in a peaceful village nestled among the hills, lived a young woman named Maya. Maya was known far and wide for her kindness and generosity. Her heart overflowed with compassion, and she devoted herself to helping others in any way she could. One day, as Maya was walking through the village, she noticed a small, elderly woman struggling to carry a heavy load of firewood. Without hesitation, Maya rushed to her aid, offering a helping hand. The old woman's face lit up with gratitude as they walked together to her home. Upon reaching the old woman's humble dwelling, Maya noticed that it was sparsely furnished. Despite her limited means, the old woman insisted on offering Maya a simple meal. As they sat and talked, Maya learned that the woman's name was Kamala. Kamala had spent her entire life in the village, quietly performing acts of kindness and never seeking recognition. Intrigued by Kamala's humility and wisdom, Maya visited her often. Over time, Kamala shared stories of her encounters with a great teacher who had left a profound impact on her life. This teacher was none other than the Buddha, whose teachings had illuminated Kamala's path. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Kamala began recounting the story of the Buddha's teaching that had left an indelible mark on her heart. Long ago, in a distant land, the Buddha walked on his journey of spreading wisdom and compassion. One day, as he and his disciples approached a village, they were met with hostility and insults from the villagers. The Buddha remained calm, unperturbed by the harsh words. As they continued their journey, they reached a serene forest. The disciples noticed the Buddha sitting down and gazing at the ground. They were curious about his contemplation and asked him what he was doing. The Buddha picked up a handful of soil and held it before them. He said, "Look at this soil. It can be transformed into various things: clay for pots, bricks for buildings, or fertile ground for crops. In the same way, every person we meet has the potential to change and grow." He then dug a small hole in the ground, placed the soil in it, and covered it. Addressing his disciples, he said, "Just as this seed will grow into a plant, the seed of compassion can grow in every heart. It needs the nourishment of understanding, patience, and love." One of the disciples asked, "But what if someone is filled with anger, hatred, and negativity? Can compassion truly take root?" The Buddha smiled gently and replied, "Even in the most barren soil, a small crack can appear, allowing a seed to find its way. Similarly, a heart, no matter how hardened, can find a path to compassion through a small opening of understanding." He continued, "Nourish that seed with acts of kindness, patience, and empathy. Water it with forgiveness and understanding. Over time, the seed will sprout, grow, and bear the fruits of compassion and love." Kamala paused, her eyes reflecting the wisdom of the story. "That teaching," she said softly, "changed the way I saw the world. It showed me that even in the face of negativity, we have the power to cultivate compassion within ourselves and others." Maya listened intently, her heart moved by the story. She realized that compassion wasn't just a fleeting emotion. It was a seed that, when nurtured, could transform lives and create a ripple of positive change. From that day on, Maya took Kamala's words to heart. She understood that every interaction, no matter how brief, was an opportunity to plant the seed of compassion. Maya's actions radiated kindness and empathy, inspiring others to follow her example. As years passed, Maya's village transformed into a haven of compassion and unity. The story of Maya's transformation, from a compassionate young woman to a guiding light in her community, spread far and wide. People traveled from distant places to learn from her and experience the power of compassion firsthand. Moral of the story: the story of Maya and Kamala reminds us that compassion is a seed within each of us, waiting to be nurtured. The Buddha's teaching emphasizes that even in the face of negativity, understanding and kindness can lead to the growth of compassion. Maya's journey teaches us that through our actions, we can create a positive impact that transforms not only our lives, but the lives of those around us. Just as a small seed can grow into a mighty tree, our acts of compassion can create a forest of positivity and change.